All right. We should be pushing. Are we pushing? Ooh, look at that. All right. I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay. Now we never look at those ever again. Let's see here. Put you over here. So at least I have an idea. Doesn't have to be big. Make you smaller. All right. I think I'm about ready. Let's spin this up. I think this will be a good one today. I'm excited. Okay. Live streams are go. Yes, respond. I will accept. I have accepted. I hear beep, boop, beep, boop. All right. Well, there we go. All right. I had to click the button a few times. Can you hear me? Am I coming through? All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get this started while everybody's rolling in. Welcome back to Tuesday, Tezday. I'm here with Kryptonio, and this week we're joined by Ivana, also known as #SociaHash or Ivana on the Block. We'll start like we always do with a few headlines and updates from around Tezos. After that, we'll settle into a conversation with Ivana. All right. So first up is an Etherlink piece over on news.tezoscommons.org that looks back at how Etherlink actually performed in 2025. The headline number is the TVL growth from about 1.4 million at the start of the year to just over 82 million by November. But the article isn't just celebrating the number, it's walking through what actually drove that change. A big part of it was upgrades in governance. Etherlink shipped several kernel upgrades this year, including Farfadet, and all of them went through. They went through Tezos on-chain governance rather than a multi-sig. Farfadet is where throughput and confirmation speed really stepped up, which matters for both DeFi and games. On the application side, the article covers what actually launched. Established DeFi protocols like Curve, Uniswap via Oku, and Morpho came online, alongside native projects like Superlend and Hanji that were built specifically for Etherlink. It also touches on institutional launches like Spiko's T-bill funds, Midas strategies, and Uranium IO going live instead of staying theoretical. Gaming shows up too, with Reaper Actual and other titles highlighting why low fees and fast confirmations finally made sense for player-driven use cases. The piece wraps up by connecting all of that to Apple Farm and how incentives helped keep activity moving rather than just parking capital. If you want a grounded look at how Etherlink moved from infrastructure to something people actually used throughout 2025, the full article's up on news.tezoscommons.org. Next up on news.tezoscommons.org is another piece from Yoshi that asks a simple question that a lot of people avoid. What actually makes art fine? Instead of arguing that everything in is art or trying to force legitimacy, the article looks at how value has historically formed. Not through hype, speed or visibility, but through intention, repetition, and context. One of the main ideas is that fine art isn't about accessibility or popularity. It's about clarity, knowing what you're responding to, what lineage you're working within, and why the work needs to exist at all. Digital tools don't change that standard, they just change the medium. The article uses examples like Paper Buddha to show how digital art can carry weight when it respects craft and history instead of treating tech as a shortcut. The point isn't that digital art needs permission, it's that refinement still matters, regardless of format. There's also a strong focus on environment, how scrolling on a phone flattens meaning, while exhibitions, writing, and thoughtful display give work room to breathe. Context changes how art is perceived, whether it's oil on canvas or code on a screen. Tezos comes up not as a fine art chain, but as a place that removes urgency, low friction, low pressure, and a culture that lets artists iterate instead of constantly perform. Less stage, more studio. The takeaway is pretty grounded. Digital art doesn't need to rush or prove itself. Standards form over time. Value follows care. And the artists who stick around long enough to refine their voice are the ones who shape what lasts. If you're interested in how digital art matures without chasing validation, that piece is up now over at news.tezoscommons.org. If you're trying to keep up with what's happening across Tezos, the baking sheet is the easiest way to do it. It's a short weekly email with the project updates and community moves that actually matter, nothing extra. You can sign up at bakingsheet.tezoscommons.org. Quick reminder as well that nominations for the Tezos Community Rewards program are open. You can nominate by filling out the form at tezoscommons.org/rewards or by posting on social media using hashtag TezosCRP. If you're tagging someone else's post, though, that's enough. If you're making your own, add a line about what each person did so we have the right context. All right, that's what stood out from the past week. Today, we are joined by Ivana, also known as Hash Sosa Hash. Oh, that's a mouthful, I apologize. She's an artist, a collector, a community builder, working closely with artists in Serbia and across Tezos. So let's get into it. Ivana, welcome. How are you?
Hello, thank you very much for this nice introduction and summary of the article and news around Tezos. I'm very well, thank you. Just came back from a family gathering here in Serbia. We have some saint celebration family day today. So, yes, full of impressions. Thank you for this invitation for the space. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm super fantastic, but I'll get better. We haven't even gotten started yet, but thank you for taking the time to do this. I do appreciate you. Now, you didn't come into this space trying to build a project or lead a community. Looking back, what actually pulled you in enough to stay?
Yes, I actually originally came in the space. My original interest was connected to my late father's art, but that wasn't strong enough to make me to really step in. And then I got a job at one IT company as a NFT collection art director. That was PFP, standard PFP collections, and a little bit more than that, some certificates that we were issuing for our master classes that were made by artists. But I really got hooked up back in those days with the philosophy behind blockchain and community vibes. It was the first time actually that I, in my life, that I that I felt drive that I for something that could be also my connected to my work, job wise, like profession. It was the first time I felt a drive, like a kind of ambition, let's say. Yes, but the reason was philosophy behind it. All this about decentralization, owning your own data, and yes, that was the reason. And then why I stayed. Well, I think I got lucky to get in. I was also lucky to start working with artists locally and building the community. And then I stayed because of that. Because now we have a community here and things are happening. And yes, so that's it.
Now, was there a specific moment where it stopped feeling casual? Like it really got real? Like, is there a moment for you like that?
Well, in terms like well, I immediately when I stepped into the space, it was real because it was through my job that I stepped in.
Right.
If
But I
that was
mean,
the question.
I mean, the reception from the community to you, because there is a point, unfortunately, where I know you can come in from a perspective of a job, but maybe it takes a second for people to really accept you. Do you think there was a point like that?
Aha. Like local community to accept me or
The beginning
general.
of that for you. I mean, that's kind of we're going back to the beginning, right? Because I mean, we're talking about something kind of
Mm-hmm.
interesting to most people. It may not be good, it may not be bad, but it is definitely interesting.
Like the very beginning for me.
Mm.
Hmm, I don't know. At some point when I actually started working on my own, when I quit that job that initially got me in, and I decided I'm going to try to somehow do something in the space. It doesn't matter what. It for me it was important that it's in the on the blockchain, connect in the blockchain ecosystem, and I decided I should stay in the art and culture niche. So when I started that, that was actually with the art community and Tezos. When I decided that we should work actually with Tezos, when I understood that Tezos is the blockchain I should focus on, that was maybe that moment. Yes. Now, now I'm actually realizing that,
Oh,
thanks to your
cool.
question.
Cool. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Now, a lot of people arrive during excitement. You know, fewer stay when things get quieter. What made you keep showing up when the noise faded?
Oh, well, I'm a persistent person. And I understand, at least I think that I understand the value of the blockchain and art as the best actually use case for it. And most, maybe not the best, but most obvious, let's say, most easy to explain. So for me, that's very clear. And arguments for me haven't changed during the noise and after the noise. Arguments are the same. Nothing changed. I was never in this game for let's say, I don't know, flipping easy fast money, or I don't even know how to do that. So yes, it's maybe just my character that is like that, that to persist when you have a clear idea what that is, what it is all about. Yes,
What
maybe that.
what did showing up actually look like for you during that period?
At the beginning or now?
During those slow times when the activity really gets quiet, I mean,
Uh-huh.
what does it take to
Well,
just keep showing up?
what does it take? Well, we we had this project of building community and some and educating and onboarding artists here locally. So this haven't stopped since we started, even though we had actually a specific and difficult situation here where we had to stop our project during the local political context. I mean, protests that we had going on for a long time. And we were working actually with these were student protests, and we were working at the university. Our program was a part of master program at the university. So, but somehow, yes, it was this through meetups. We were meeting up. And or either online or on in person, and that just to keep the fire and interest going on, to meet and discuss what is going on. And if we talk about global space, then that's just yes, attending some spaces, spending time on X. That's what's the yes what's the what's usually it's usually what I do, following what is going on in the space.
Now, did those slow times change how you thought about your role?
Um, hmm. I don't know. I always had this idea about building something,
Yeah.
and when I entered the space, that was at the beginning of very beginning of 2022, and the hype was already on the way down, and uh, and I heard other people who already passed through a cycle before that. That's the time when you actually can build something, because there is more space to do that. So this is what I kept in my mind.
At some point, artists started trusting you. People came into Tezos because you were there. What does that responsibility feel like day to day?
Hmm. Well, I do my best to onboard them and support them, give them this help, be the helping hand for the first step or few, and then to I watch them go. I mean, I don't feel responsible. I have to say, I don't feel responsible for further development and what is going on. It's like I just feel happy that I see some people are there, and they're finding their ways, and um, yes, that they are happy that they entered actually.
Was that something you noticed right away, or was that something you figured out later?
Uh, well, I'm actually observing and paying attention for some signs. So yes.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. That's
Yes.
fair.
But sometimes of course, I'm not fully focused. And it's impossible. But so some things maybe I don't see right away, but then I understand later. Yes.
Yeah. Now, do you think that perspective changes how you approach your own work?
It keeps changing. Yes. Yes, it keeps changing, and I like when things, and me personally, when I see that there is a change, that for me means there is development in a way. So yes,
All
things keeps
right.
changing.
Well, when onboarding goes well, people talk about it. When it doesn't, they usually disappear quietly. What parts of onboarding are harder than people admit?
I think, well, apart from these technical things and understand, like the first introduction, understanding the space, and then technical things that may appear difficult for at first glance for people. The most difficult part is to have activities. That's why I'm talking about these meetups or exhibitions or whatever, that we have to have projects and do things, so people then can really experience and stay and be active around something. So that's the I think that's the hardest part, because from here, artists from here, uh, it's not so often that they can just travel around for different events and conferences or any other events that where they can still feel what is going on, but we have to make it here. So then we can't. It's just difficult. Different situation. It's different situation in here locally with traveling and. Yes, investing. Let's say investing in new space.
Now, can we go into a little bit of what that's like? I mean, I when we talk meetups, that can mean so many different things across so many different communities. It could be, for some people, a meetup is meeting in somebody's living room and doing some sort of like presentation on a whiteboard. For other people, it's like hands-on computer work in a bar over drinks. What is for you? I mean, can you kind of walk us through some of that?
Yes, we had also different kind of meetups. Like last year, we had meetups that were actually presentations at the National Museum, panel talks at the National Museum or Museum of Contemporary Art, or exhibition meetups. So everything was meetup in that way. But then we shifted due to the situation that I mentioned to locally, first at the over coffee, and then more structure. We structure it more at my homes with the kind of program, but still it's a private place. So some people who were interested in inviting other people, not just artists, but some other people from Web3 community who were just interested in seeing what is happening in the art scene, that started feel not, I can't say not professional, but somehow it didn't feel well for me. My house is open, so that don't have problem with that, receiving for people that I know. But just I felt we should put that on a different level. So we came like we are a team of people. So the first thing is that what I try to do always, when I see that people are enthusiastic and investing their time and effort in this, I immediately want them to get involved more and take over some parts of the work that I could have done myself otherwise. But so we have a team of people and a structure for the meetups. I was thinking, in first of all, location wise, in two lines. Either we get a location, a gallery, or whatever institution that is art space in the city center, so that like a relevant art space in the city center. Meetups would be once a month, and it would be easy to continue inviting traditional artists and onboarding people and anybody else, like collectors, business people, galleries, whoever would be interested. Or if we don't get that, then some blockchain companies that we have around, they have really nice spaces. They're not Tezos connected. They would let me make meetups there, but they are more in this business part of the city, and but it would make sense. But as it looks like now, we already have our first, I was thinking first to just have one partner, like one location for a partner, but then maybe it will be different partners. It depends. Some spaces when they have exhibitions or they have installations, maybe they have installations over the whole gallery, so we cannot that at that moment use the space for the meetup. So we will have our first meetup in this year. It was very important for me to start this year somewhere like that, and then we'll see where we will stay, like on more regular basis. So we have a location. It's for January. Now on Monday we will have our first meetup at the art institution called House of Heritage, which actually takes care of different artists' legacies, like famous artists from here, when they leave their legacies to government to take care of them. So this institution take care of them, and they have several very really nice locations also in the city center. So we will take that. We will have this meetup at one of these locations on Monday in the city center. I don't think we will stay there, but they will support us and for this first event. And we have going on still talking with two more locations. So we'll see, but it will be something good. So that's location wise, and then. The structure of the meetup, we have a person who will actually be responsible, take care of the program. What I saw at other blockchain meetups, that they were always like 3 hours lasting until people gather, and then they have a guest and presentation, some kind of presentation, talk, lecture, and then a networking with drinks. So I was thinking to take the same model, to copy that model, but just to make it more, to structure it more precisely. So the first hour I would take for onboarding and questions and helping. So if whoever has some specific question or needs help, technical help or whatever, but they already know what they need, they can come at this first hour until we get together, and then we can help them, and then we can have a presentation, which we will still develop the program in details, but initial idea is to have a presentation from like something which is accurate at that moment. Like we were taking part at this Art on Tezos event in Berlin, at exhibitions. So when we came back, that would be let's say a talk about it. So something that is what do you say? Like the topic that is oh my god, I'm missing the word in English, but like a hot topic at that moment. And then one section with a follow-up from Tezos art events, like Tezos Tuesday or whatever is going on. There are opportunities for artists to submit and show their work, and maybe a little bit, with always a little bit like onboarding if they are new, how to do it, and just always bringing up new things that are going on. And then we would have maybe like sharing among the community what is happening, if people are having different projects or what is going on, if there are some collaborations or let's say different topics. And then networking, where again we could help other people with onboarding and whatever they need. But this is like just a structure. We still and we also have a Discord server where actually we would gather through Discord or in other ways what community needs, what topics they would need us to cover, if they would. So during this first presentation part, if that has to be some educational content or whatever is a community needs at that moment. So this is how I imagine that, not only I, but the community. We came together to this structure, and once a month, 3 hours, and then we can follow up on through our Discord, and we can have we could have we just have one general chat channel on Discord, but maybe we could just have one dedicated to Tezos and some onboarding questions. So something like that in this. This is how I envision that we should have this whole year once a month meetups, and that will, this is where we are and this is what we need at this moment. This is how I feel.
I really feel like that structure is really elegant. I mean, you start with people kind of where they're at. You give them a chance to express maybe their concerns, and then you get a chance to redirect it to where it actually exists and reframe it without putting them in a spot where maybe they need to know something or they're left behind because they didn't. I really appreciate how you kind of lay that out. Thank you.
Now, thank you for the feedback. Yes, we will see. We will see.
How long is it? Yes. How long have you been formulating something like this? I mean, that takes calculation to sort of lay it out in that pattern.
Well, we were actually testing it through these monthly meetups at my home, and yes, for let's say several months. Not
that doesn't sound like something you hit some lame AI and was like, how can I best affect? No, that no. Amazing. No, I do appreciate the time and effort that clearly went into the structure there, because that's one of those. I don't know if people understand. There's a way people like to be introduced to new things, and there's a way they don't.
Yes, and then some things work well as you imagine. Like we had this onboarding at the end, but then it turns out we don't have enough time, or we continue talking about other things, and then we miss some things like during the onboard. So it's better to put that. And some people are always late, so why not to use this first hour and just schedule a meeting to with a person who needs support. So yes, this is through experience.
Now, what is something that people do struggle with at first?
Well, people struggle with. It depends. It really depends, but I don't know what to pick and to. First of all, just to understand that it's not difficult and that it's just another. That they just need to make a first step, like for anything else that is new and unknown, and then they think it's much more complicated technical wise. They struggle with, of course, the wallet and buying and getting cryptocurrency. Especially we don't have it's not it's, but we were having this problem official onboarding educational program. Then we were working with a local crypto exchange, like they are regional crypto pioneers, having exchange for more than 12 or 13 years. I don't know what was the anniversary this year, but and then that made people safe, like when I say this is the exchange and they have license of National Bank in Serbia, because of the impression people have about crypto in general, cryptocurrencies. So when you set up and you start like that, then it gets completely different perspective. Tezos there, and nevertheless they were supporting us, but that makes things a little bit more difficult. And in technical sense, what else? I mean, people really struggle with promoting. I can't even say promoting, but just being present on X. It's like a main platform for communication, but it's very difficult for artists and people who are not used to this platform to to use it. So yes, these are the things. I mean, I can think about this question and maybe talk about it next time after a
Oh,
couple of
those
more
are
months
great
of experience.
examples. I mean, that's human
Mm.
condition, right? I mean, this is something new and scary. How do you make it less
Mm.
new and scary?
How I unmake it new and scary.
Yeah, how do you
Was that the
unmake
question?
it? Yeah.
Oh well, this is actually what I'm doing during this educational program. We had different modules that covered different topics that I thought were necessary for somebody to go through. But the first module is introduction, and this is what was my module, like introduction to the space. I don't know how. Just make. I think some people have this. We all have some skills, and we are all bad in some other things. So I think I have this skill to make things that I know about that seems complicated to somehow really explain and make it on the level that somebody can understand, that they are not difficult, just to simplify things. I think, I don't know, maybe this is like bragging, sounds like bragging, but this is yes, I don't know how I have this module uh,
You said
that
it
that
yourself. Artists have a
introduction.
tough time promoting themselves.
Yes, 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 yes,
And I don't
yes.
necessarily think promotion in itself is necessarily negative. I this is just, I mean, unfortunately, when we watch people promote something that they love or they like, it's easy. It's not something hard. When you believe in something, it's not promotion. It's just validation, outward validation. It You're not promoting yourself. You're just validating your work outwardly.
Well, yes, probably. I mean, I'm working on that. I think I'm actually happy how I'm doing it. I feel I developed in that sense. Yes, earlier I wouldn't be even able to speak like this publicly on the space. Yes.
I think the way you're doing this, I think this is something you're natural at. This is something that's easy. I had no idea this isn't something you would do. You're doing a great job if this is something out of the norm for you, because this seems like this is your territory.
I feel like that. Yes, yes.
Now, when you're talking to these new people, is there something you find yourself repeating a lot?
Yes, yes, yes. Sometimes, yes, yes. Yes, you have to, we have to repeat, and not only to new people, to the same people, several different occasions, if because people cannot take everything in at you know on one. It takes some time for some people, for more majority of people, me included. So yes, I think we need to repeat ourselves.
Could you repeat that?
I think we need to repeat ourselves.
Thank you. Thank you. I will take this little moment of levity to remind everyone we will be opening the space in about 10 minutes if you have any questions, or if you wanna say something, or you have a question for Ivana. So going on, uh, have you ever had to slow someone down or warn them that this space might not give them what they expect?
Mm, not after they already entered. I don't remember that case. No, maybe before they fully entered. Like I had couple of situations where, a couple of examples where people were clearly there just for thinking that they will get rich, or I don't know, just like I don't know how. I can't really recall what was the precise situation, but never after they entered. I don't remember that. No, I don't recall that situation.
Do you feel like people respond to that kind of honesty better or worse? I mean, in that situation, did that person continue to push despite? I mean, did they take your word?
No, they just are not. Yes, they're not. They're not here. I don't know what is. Yes, yes. They
That
never
made
actually
That's
entered.
perfect. That's literally perfect. I mean, you just say that and we all understand. I mean, there's lots of reasons to not be here, but you know, when you come in with one angle, there's only really one way out, isn't there?
Yeah.
Now, do you
Yes.
think these conversations help or scare people away?
The conversations like
The truth.
well, I don't know, but I make it to really clear. I'm trying to make it clear with through this introduction what what the possibilities are, opportunities are, but what the space is not, or what we are not offering. So just to make it easier later for myself, and yes, so I don't know if it depends on the person. I assume it depends with whom we are talking to.
I'm going to pivot us just a little bit now. Is there
Hmm.
something about the art community you're building that you're intentionally not trying to scale or speed up right now?
Um, well, I have I sometimes I feel like this, yes, that it takes time for some things, and that, but I can't really now answer the question precisely. But like I have this gallery on object, and it's been sitting there for a year. Uh, but I didn't want to use it just for the sake of using it. Uh, but I was waiting for a reasonable, meaningful exhibition and moment, and also thinking about in which way I would like develop this gallery. So maybe this could be an example, yes. And then since now I'm mentioning it, maybe I should also mention that we are planning two exhibitions, and the idea is to develop the line that connects physical exhibition with exhibitions on Harter's gallery on object, in whatever way. It doesn't have to be. It won't probably. It won't ever be. Maybe I don't know. Like a digital twin, or just a digital version of physical piece, or maybe if it's a digital artwork, maybe that could be the case. But um, what we are having now is an exhibition of our uh, one of the major team members from our community, artist. I think he's here. Let me see. Yes, he's here. Zero. He's a actually artist who made the first NFT solo exhibition regionally, and here in Serbia, traditional, well-established artist. So he will have his exhibition. I still don't know the precise date. We are hoping it will be during the Belgrade Blockchain Week, and he will have his physical works, but also one sections dedicated to NFTs, and these NFTs will be actually digital, kind of digital interventions of his physical artworks. So then Harter's gallery will actually present his only these digital interventions, let's say, but it will be connected, and it will take place at the same time when physical, in real life exhibition is taking place. So this makes sense for me. And before that, we could have made exhibition of Zero Zero's work just like that. But we were waiting for the opportunity for the this kind of context that he's also having his physical exhibition, for instance. So things like this that make sense for me.
I, it takes a lot of strength. Like we call it fortitude to be able to draw the line like that for you to be able to say this is important enough, big picture. It the work in general too. I mean, it must feel heavy at times. What helps you stay grounded enough to keep doing it?
Hmm. I don't know. It's just like maybe now because we have community, and we are gathering, and I'm also creating art, and there are other people also. I see them moving through and finding their place in the in the in the space, and yes, it's like I don't see like we can't like it or not, we cannot avoid digital realm. And if we want to stay in the art niche, this is the way how we, I mean, and if you want to uh, sell something, the only way to do that is through blockchain. I mean, if you want to mark something as unique and authentic and all of this. So I see really no. It's difficult to keep. Oh, of course, the difficult part is the sustainability, financial model, and all of this. But yes, I don't know. Yes, I hope that will also somehow develop and come as a consequence and a result. Yeah. So also with the galleries, this model is interesting in testing the model because if that may be interesting for onboarding traditional galleries into the space. But yes, let's see how everything will develop.
What's something about this space that looks simple from the outside but feels very different once you're inside it?
In the space that looks simple from the outside.
I mean, like you said, you never pictured yourself standing up on stage having a chat with little old me. I mean, that
Mm-hmm.
for most people, it looks pretty easy for you to do it. That looks easy, but let's be
Mm-hmm.
real.
Yes, yes. Uh, well, I don't know for the space in general, but I can speak through my. I would need to think about this question. I'm sure there is something that is not coming to my mind at this moment. But onboarding is really difficult. People think it's just you just onboard somebody, you show them the wallet and like how to mint, and they onboard it. It's really difficult to really onboard people, so people stay to really onboard them. I think that's a really difficult job, and I think that's the reason why majority of people are not doing it. It's difficult.
Now, now you're doing this. Now you're up here. You're chatting with me. You're a little bit more comfortable. We'll say. What surprised you about it once you started actually doing it?
Uh, Speaking on spaces, or,
Yeah, just
yeah.
started to come out of your shell, Ivana.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay, okay. Well, what surprised me? That's the question.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
surprised me?
Yeah. You started doing this stuff, and I mean, it had to surprise you that maybe you were really good at something, or maybe you found out
Yes, actually,
you really do love something that you absolutely despised.
Yes, it's this about public speaking. I'm not there yet that I really would love to, step on the stage and in front of I don't know how many people and I don't know share something, but I feel comfortable, and it's surprising that it was like really difficult for me. And I'm actually thinking, not only because other people are telling me that I'm good at it, but I feel comfortable. I see reactions, and yes, this is. I don't know if that's always if that's like a pattern for all the things that we are afraid of, but in this case, definitely yes, it's surprising.
Is there anything you would say to someone who, I don't know, maybe sees what you're doing, they really like what they're hearing, they like the approach. Like, how could you help me do what you're doing? What do you think I could do to start doing something like you?
Uh, uh, I think it has to do also with the person character. Like we are all different. As I said earlier, some people are better in this, or you're good in this, or are not good at something else. So it depends on a character, and I'm naturally, first of all, enthusiastic. So enthusiasm, I think it's very important, and I'm enthusiastic about the things that I love. And if a person is enthusiastic, really, then it will be easier. It will be easy. And another, I think, characteristic is I like networking is my natural. I just like people. I like speaking with people. I like hanging out with people. I it's and I like yes. Maybe I like explaining now when I'm thinking. Maybe I like teaching. No, I'm thinking what would be because the thing is missing. There is a thing missing. It's not only about enthusiasm and working, but you have to actually be all the time available for people when they ask you something, to repeat and to say and to help and to. So it's like I don't know, just. Let's say enthusiasm. And somebody else will have to define the missing component.
I will take this moment to remind everyone, if you have any questions or if you wanted to share some experiences at some of these meetups, we would love to hear from you. Feel free to throw up your hand. We'll take the request. Let's make Ivana answer questions uncomfortably in public because she loves speaking it. No, I'm kidding. We'll keep it safe. We'll keep it
No, it's
safe.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. I would love to hear somebody asking a question or sharing. Doesn't have to be a question. Just sharing whatever. Yes.
When you started kind of coming into this, what do you wish someone had told you real early on?
When I start coming into this, I feel now when I'm for like 2 years, more than 2 years, 2 years in fully in Tezos ecosystem. I'm sorry I haven't paid. I mean, I was aware that there is a art community there, but I didn't have much time and reason because I was in a different niche. But I feel like, I'm sorry I wasn't there. Like, I mean, I could have dedicated like, half an hour a day, like 1 hour a day or something, or every second day. So that's the only thing that comes to my mind now.
Do you think preparation would have helped at all, or is there some sort of charm to sort of muddling your way through it in life?
Preparation
Do you think anything could have prepared you for this madness?
No, it was really, I think it was meant to be for me to get here. It was really, I didn't look for this job. I mean, I wasn't, it really, I just, I got it, and I'm grateful, and I was happy. And I didn't know in what I'm getting in, but my first job was like full-time paid job just to follow the space. And I really, it took several months to understand what is going on, who is who, uh, and it was, no, I don't know if some what kind of preparation, I don't know. It was just, the vibe was so nice, and the whole movement was so enthusiastic. So I don't know. I don't know what kind. I don't think anyone needs preparation for this.
That's fair. Now, do you just does is there an event that comes to mind that you've put together to date that you remember it like as your favorite, or that maybe stood out the most to you because of something that happened?
The event,
Yeah, is there a
like,
particular event that you've set up?
mm, like I can just speak, if I understood your question properly,
Mhm.
about this event, Art on Tezos in Berlin, where
Any
several of
event,
us.
an event could be any time you got people together and talked about Teslas. It could be in your living room. It could be on a Discord call. It could be anything. You've been doing this a long time.
Hmm.
Is there any particular
Like,
one that you put together that sticks out? You still remember that it's one of your favorites.
uh, well, the like important events, were the events that we were not, talked, and it was not, title was not, connected with Tezos, that these were the first events, at the National Museum in Belgrade, and a Contemporary Art Museum, where we had guests from Tezos ecosystem, to share about, museums, in Web3, and crypto art. So we had Kika from Object, and we had Diana from, VAC Labs, those days, and. And then later on, I made a kind of, I wrote an article for ICOM, magazine, which is International, Committee, uh, uh, Organization of Museums, like International Organization of Museums, which was published in English. So it's like, this is something important for me. This was something important with me, with these guests, but, specifically where oh, there was this, also we had this, at NFT Paris last year. We had side event also where we talk about, Tezos. That was actually nicer. That was
Perfect.
nicer. Yeah.
That was
Yes.
great. Oh man, you got me jumped out of the seat for that. We might have been there too. But anyway,
Oh,
um,
really? Really? Really?
um, well, I just said, it was one of those events that we were connected to as Tezos Commons, not me.
Yes, 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 yes. I thought you were also there, like,
No, I
personally,
wish.
but you were
I
you were actually
wish.
supporting it. Yes, yes. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot. Yes.
Oh, thank
Shout
you.
out to Tezos Commons, of course.
Yes, yes. No, sorry. That was, snuck that one in on you. Sorry.
And then we had also, no, 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 no. Sorry, now I have to mention everything. Then we had
Mm-hmm.
also this event during Belgrade Blockchain Week, last year, with Timothy from Object, where we had, these panel talks and really really nice, networking session at the rooftop. That was also, actually, that was nicer. No, no, this one was the nicest. When I remember now. Yes, that was really nice event.
Well, before we wrap, I wanted to ask what's been holding most of your attention lately?
Mm, well, just this. I'm thinking about the title of the meetups, because it's connected. I don't want to use, words that nobody understand, and I also want to come up with terminology like, something that has to do that is actually true, that describes what we are actually doing without mentioning NFT and blockchain. And I think that's the way forward in building this space. We have to come up with a more precise terminology which would be appealing for broader audience. And this is what I'm thinking about mostly. Yes, if that's yes, if that's a satisfactory question.
Oh, I love it. I just was curious where you were at right now, where your focus is. I mean, it's telling because it lines right up with what you've been saying about simplicity. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, just even the way that you lay out your meetups. I mean, have we not been basically talking the same thing over and over again, which is we have something great and we can get in the way of it. And you're one of those few people that allow people to absorb it in their way. This is amazing. I thank you so much for coming up here and sharing.
Thanks a lot for invitation, and apologies I didn't come up with the event that Tezos Commons were supporting, and
How
we had
could you?
a
No, you
couple
did
of them.
fine. You did fine. This was an amazing space.
Really.
Ivana, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and wrap it there. And I just want to say thanks again for taking the time to join us. Really appreciate you sharing your experience and your perspective. And I also want to thank everyone else who tuned in and listened along, because these conversations, they work because people show up, they listen, and they stay open to where others are coming from. We'll be back next week with another episode of Tezday. Until then, stay curious, stay connected, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.